Hello guys and gals, it is everyone backwards here, welcoming you to another 100% achievement guide, and today we will be going through Haimrik, an excellent puzzle adventure game developed by Below the Game and published by 1C Company, and is available for you for just £15.99, or alternatively of course, you could just wait for a sale. But this game is actually worth it, I promise you. Now this video takes less than 2 hours, but there are certain points and bosses you may need to restart just a few times as you get used to what you have to do, although it is easy to get used to. But you'll get the game done in anywhere between 2 to 4 hours anyway. So the concept of the game is that you, Haimrik, can enter books through your own blood and change the world around you. And with it you use words that you convert into items to progress through the game. It is actually really interesting and visually fantastic. Again, as for the achievements, some are story related, some are miscellaneous, but of course following this guide you will get the full 1000 anyway. And also, just one more quick note before we begin. Some parts of the game I go through rather quickly, but that is just because of the game. But of course I will explain what's happening as it's happening. So with that being said then, let's begin. Alright then, so for the first few sections of this game, it's basically like a prologue. So what you'll be doing is learning how to use words to make items that you can use and how to use them. So for instance, blood right here, you hold on to the Y button on certain words to bring up that item to use to progress through the game. Again, it's really easy to get used to, but so as you can see here, there is a locked gate, and if you just look at the words, one should have key. It's sort of easy again to get used to. So say if there's soldiers like there will be in the next section, you'll need to look for a sword, any kind of weapon, and just easily progress like this. As you will see me doing here, there will be some things that can pop out at you. So where it says fire on the second level there, if you run straight into it, bam, the fire will appear and obviously it will burn you. Luckily, if you do die or you just choose to restart, you restart from the same section, so you don't go any further back, which is a really good element of this game. So you're wondering, how do you put out fire? Well, you put it out with water, so look for the rain word, press Y and hold on to, and that will just extinguish it, allowing you to progress. So this is where you will see your first enemy then. Again, where it says knight or soldier or anything like that, they will pop out. So if you ever find yourself in like a sticky situation, just press left bumper or right bumper to dash away. And what you'll need to do then is obviously where it says sword on the first level, you'll obviously always have to find some kind of weapon to beat him. And usually they're just easy enough, you don't really have to dodge. You'll get hit a couple of times, but just keep mashing the X button to kill him and move on. So here's where you will get your first achievement then. Now 2 archers will appear, and what you usually have to do is grab the bow and arrows and shoot back them. But to get the achievement diplomat, don't shoot them, just keep running. Grab the drawbridge there and just move on, and that will get you the achievement diplomatic. And it will also put us into our first sort of prologue boss fight of the game, and there are a couple that appears. Now, it looks massive and it looks a bit daunting, but it's actually not too bad at all. So all you have to do for this then is just hide behind the shields to avoid his fire. It'll never hit you as long as you're behind the shields. And then as soon as the red thing there on his chest, of course, if you can avoid the shields, that'd be great, but always aim for the sort of big diamond looking crest on his chest as soon as it opens. Left trigger to aim, right trigger to shoot, as is the norm in most shooting games or any sort of games, and that will destroy the dragon easily. When you do defeat the dragon, run straight to the right when the gate opens, otherwise you will die, but again, luckily, you won't actually have to fight the dragon again if that happens. So, all easily avoidable, and that will net you another achievement called Dreaming with Dragons after the small little quick time event. So now then you wake up in your house after all of that, wondering just what the hell is going on, so just leave the door. The guy racing you is Baldwin. He will be a prominent feature throughout the game, so just follow him to the right, and then when you have a chat to him, you will race him all the way to the left. Sure, you'll always win this race anyway, but there will be certain things that drop on the floor, so just press the A button to jump over them when they fall, and you'll go all the way left to the tavern. So go inside and talk to Jelena, who again will be another prominent figure throughout the game, which you will obviously end up getting with at the end, because that's what happens in all games and movies, doesn't it? Go to the right of her, go down to the basement and interact with the book on the end, and you will end up, just as you were in the prologue and in the intro, in another sort of cutscene.
No!
Here is another opportunity to get another achievement called Boom Shakalaka, in which you have to kill the two soldiers with the swords. So the easiest way I found, just lure one. Eventually, one will still try to attack you, and the other will go back. So you can just do it one at a time. So as soon as you kill the second one, you will get the Boom Shakalaka achievement. And on this screen we will be getting yet another achievement, and this is for killing the ogre. So what you have to do is grab the bridge, go down to the second floor, and then press and hold X to use it. Go back up and grab the sword, and as soon as you go a little bit to the right of the bridge, the ogre will appear. Now the ogre can kill you in one hit, so you'll have to wait until he smashes down on the ground, hit him once or twice, and then you as long as it's with your sword, you should get another achievement there. So obviously I took a risk, failed miserably. Whenever you restart, the enemy always stays there as well. So as long as you kill the ogre with your sword, then that is the achievement you will get, called Brave Warrior. And now we are coming up to our first proper boss fight. His first phase out of 2, and you'll notice that with all of the bosses in the game actually, but this one's really easy. You need to beat this boss fight without ever picking up a torch, so just run right to the end as soon as you begin. Wait till Murdoch gets to his metal wand, and then press and hold Y on the word lightning, and that will sort of mess him up a little bit. He'll go right to the end, and big blizzard will happen. You'll go straight to the beginning. As soon as you do that, run again straight to the very end before he gets his icicle powers going. Wait till he gets to the metal one, do the same sort of thing, and you'll only have to do this 3 times, and that is the first phase of Murdoch beat. So once that's done and you're out of the book, if you go back down to the basement, grab the torch on the right, go back up to unfreeze Jelena and the lioness on the left. As soon as the dialogue's done, you'll be back in the second phase of the boss battle with Murdoch, which is a bit more complicated than the first one, but still easy enough, and I will explain what to do in just a moment. Okay, so welcome to the second boss battle, or the second phase of the boss battle with Murdoch. Now, a lot of things are happening in this, so you'll have to dodge his attacks by pressing the left stick down where it says for his laser beam. Press A to jump over his icicle, and he will also do a sort of hanging icicle trick where you have to shoot up. Where it says crossbow, you will press the left stick down, and on the same with arrows there. If you run out of arrows, just keep dodging his attacks until you get to another word that says arrows and press the left stick down to restock your inventory. Now, where it says chandeliers here, you cannot avoid this one, which is fine. So you'll have to press the left stick and right trigger up. But if you see the word chandeliers again, do not press it, because that will void an achievement. We are going for an achievement where you have to basically not hit Murdoch with a chandelier. So what you'll have to do is just keep pressing the left stick left and the right trigger to keep shooting him while avoiding his attacks. And just remember, if you see the word arrows, to put the left stick down to refill your inventory. Like I said, it might take a few goes to get used to, but you will get used to it eventually. And it is easy enough when you get used to it. And again, as long as you didn't use any chandeliers to damage Murdoch, you will get an achievement called No Chandeliers Allowed, and another one called The Winter Isn't Coming for a story-related achievement there. Righto then, so as soon as you come out of the tavern, you'll head to the right. Jelena will sort of shout at you again, just blast through the dialogue quickly. Go into your house, talk to your mother for a quick sec. And then as soon as you're done talking to her, exit your house, go to the right and go into the first building that you come across to, which will be this one right here. Talk to the guy and you will end up back in another level.
No!
Okay then, so just take the sword, kill a soldier, then what you'll have to do is activate the wind, then take the boat and sails, then you place the boat in the water at the very bottom and then ride across to the other side. As you get to the other side, make sure to jump over because the boat will crash, and if you don't, you will end up drowning. So just make sure to jump before it crashes. So on to the next section then, we will get another achievement. So if you go to the word rat, which is just at the end here on the second floor, go down to the third floor, be careful not to get too close to the snake, throw the rat at the snake using the B button, press Y to get the snake back, and then throw it at the crocodile for the achievement called Circle of Life. Then when you get that, just jump over the crocodile, pick up the saw and use it on the tree to get the wood, and then exit to the next point. Okay, so once we are back out of the book, if you exit this shop, go to the right into the next building, which will be the blacksmith's. Talk to the blacksmith and go back inside the book.
No!
Okay, so here we are going to get another achievement. So what you'll normally need to do is grab the dynamite. But if you pick up the pickaxe instead and keep using the X button on this big rock here, this will net you another achievement for patience. So this next session you have to be sort of quick. Now what you'll need to do is take the bucket and take the tar and then throw it at the goblin. But he will start crawling towards the explosive. So as soon as you do this, run straight back to the left, get the bucket again, get the water, and then throw it at the goblin to put him out before he basically explodes the entire level. Do it straight away. Don't hang about like I did. I only just about get it here. So now you'll be out of the book once again, so exit the blacksmiths and then head all the way back to the left to the tavern, where again we will be speaking with Jelena to go back inside of the book.
No!
Now there are a couple of steps in this section to be doing. Just follow the video. Basically you'll obviously be taking the seeds, place them in the soil using the X button, then use the rain, get the fungus, use it on the plant, get the scythe, take it up to the poison plant, then you've got to go all the way to the bottom to kill the locusts. And as soon as you do this bit, you've got to repeat what you've just done but use the fertilizer instead. Once that's done, you just take the plant and leave. But of course, just keep following the video and you'll get it with no issues. So the next section, you will have a big Viking chasing you. He's slow, so you'll have to be very quick. Now what you need to do then is ignore the scythe, completely ignore the scythe on the top floor, and just take the harvest. You've got to use the pool of water, use the grinder and use the oven, and then go back and use the water and grinder again, and then go down and take the hops. As soon as you get the hops, it'll be a big mug of beer which you can throw at the Viking blocking your way and you can exit. But you have to be quick. I almost again mess up here, but got away with it. So now as soon as this is done then, head back into the tavern, go down to the basement, and then you will be on a sort of another cutscene where you go in just from the left to the right of the dialogue. As soon as it's done, you will get another achievement called I Thought I Taught a Pretty Tat. Okay, something a little different now. So instead of going right, head to the left where you'll try and help the drunken guy up, but you'll accidentally fall down. I was going to say actually and accidentally then, and I said that at the same time. So you'll accidentally fall down, and you'll have to be quite careful here. If you just run and jump, you will actually miss. So stand on the very edge, jump, get some momentum to swing, and then you'll be able to swing across with no issues. But if you do mess up and die, you just restart at the very same point anyway. It doesn't make too much of a difference. But we will be coming up to our second boss fight, and his name is Algernon. So, do you remember the dragon fight that you did on the sort of prologue intro? It's the same sort of thing, except this time you will have shields, but you'll have to press Y if you want to get them up, but you don't actually need to because there's a trick to do this. So, the dragon does that sort of, his first attack there if you're only on the top floor, but you never need to be on the top floor. So, what you can do then, grab the crossbow, grab the arrows, of course, do what you're doing, shoot in the same bit on his chest as the last time, and then just sort of stand close to the exit. So he'll only ever hit you on one floor. So if you're on the second floor, that's what he'll aim for. So you can just go through the door, whether it's on the right or left, and you can avoid a lot of damage that way. You still might get hit now and again, but it shouldn't be too often. So as long as you do that trick, you shouldn't have any issues with it. So just keep this going. So then, as soon as you hit him enough times doing what you're doing, the dragon and Algernon will fly off. But the fight's not over yet. So what you'll have to do is, where it says the cannonball there, go and grab that cannonball, run all the way to the top where it says cannon, just on the left hand side there. He will shoot big fireballs at you, but again, these can be easily avoided, even if you're on the top floor anyway. Soon as you press and hold Y to get the cannon up, grab the torch. You don't have to do anything with it, and then just press left trigger and then right trigger when the dragon appears there. It doesn't matter where you hit him, it'll hit him anyway. And again, if there's any sort of fire breathing tricks, always stay close to the exit just in case. But do this again around 3 or 4 times, and this will definitely be the first phase of Algernon beat. So that will have Algernon beat for now, but you will have to face him again in a sort of similar way that you did with Murdoch, the first boss. But for now, just again smash through the dialogue, and what you'll be doing is just going straight to the left, down the well, where you will be unlocking another achievement as you enter the cave called Bad Idea. Well, of course, after you go to your house and realise that your mother has been fatally stabbed, which of course is very unfortunate, very sad. Yeah, so you will see a couple of goblins down here, but you never have to worry about that because the lion, who is now your friend, will be able to jump out of the book and slice and dice him. You will be re-entering the book very shortly.
No!
So we will be getting yet another achievement right here called Goblin Sandwich. So if you go all the way to the gold and then pick it up, you will then be able to throw it in the pit. The goblin will then ignore you and jump straight in the pit. Go back up, get the bomb, and then throw it in the pit to collapse the ceiling. And that will unlock Goblin Sandwich. Again, you'll have to be kind of quick here. Quickly grab the bomb as the horde of goblins come after you. Don't get too close to the wall because you will explode. You might get hit like I do there, but once that's out the way, you will be able to just fly on and the goblins get crushed. Make sure to pick up pillar, either pillar or support, either one, and then press the X button to use it on the collapsing mine there. That will hold the ceiling and not crush you, which is always handy. Okay, don't drown and die like I just did. You'll have to jump on both of the pillars. You'll have to be quick because they collapse very quickly. And then here you will find the Jester, who Algernon just pushed down the well, and the Lioness knows him, which may give you a little thought for concern there, perhaps.
No!
Okay, so once you save the Jester here, in the next room what you have to do is basically create a potion for him. And the ingredients are on the first 2 floors. Make sure to not get confused by them. But before we do that, to get an achievement called a pinch of this, some drops of that, what we'll need to do is get variations of the wrong ingredients, mix them all up, give them to the Jester, and he will either be turned into a sheep or get poisoned. Now there are only 3 wrong combinations which you need to get the achievement, and you can either follow the video or you can just follow what I have put up on screen. So once you get that achievement then, if you go and get the goat, poppy seeds and mandrake, which is the correct combination, give that to the jester. There will be plaster mold on the bottom, so grab that, fix up the jester, and then you'll be able to move on, and then we can get to our second phase of the Mandarin boss fight. Algernon even. Mandarin, that's off bloody Iron Man 2. Ignore that. Algernon is obviously what I meant. Right then, so the second phase is sort of similar to Murdoch. So press the left stick down again to get the crossbow and the arrows. Basically what you've done in the last fight. Again, when he shoots his fireball, just press the left stick down and then press A when he goes to grab you. And what you'll have to do this time is when it says the word joists, again, press the left stick down. And then you will see like a burning joist up above you. Then you press the right stick, the left stick up and the right trigger. That joist will fall down, opening the crest on the dragon's chest, which you can then use the arrow to destroy him a little bit. So right here, just make sure to hit that joist. Again, that'll expose the dragon's chest. And then you can just keep piling as many arrows as you can into him before the dragon moves on. Hit him enough and he will move on. So now welcome to the second part of the boss fight. Again, it's just as easy. Again, all you'll be doing is pressing left stick down to dodge his fireballs, pressing A to jump over certain fire bits. You should have enough arrows really to finish off the boss fight. So it's all about dodging at the moment. Right, as soon as he flies off, get ready to jump as soon as you see him on screen here. Because if you don't jump, he will actually hit you. And if he does it enough times, you will actually die. So just aim right here when his chest opens, and that will hit him once. That's the only time you can hit him in this phase. Do it 2 more times, and that will be another achievement, the bigger they are, for defeating Algernon and the dragon. Okay, so we're roughly about halfway through the game now. We shouldn't have really too long left. All we need to get is certain clothes to get inside the castle to try and talk to the king. So once you're at this point, again, head right into the first building, talk to the old lady there, well, young lady, and you will be back inside the book.
No!
So in this room, what you'll be doing, grab the torch here. You can beat the goblin to death with it, so do that. And once you've done that, stick the torch using the... I actually forget whether it's the X... I think it's the X button rather than the B button, because the B button is to throw. So beat the goblin and then put the torch in the right there. Once you've done that, go to the bottom where it says minecart. Bring that up and then hold X and the left stick to drag it all the way to the top. Grab the pickaxe and then destroy the pillar with the ruby inside it. Okay, so we'll be getting yet another achievement in this room. So, as you can see with the ruby, if you take it to each machine, press the X button and that will basically make the ruby for you. But in this room, we will be getting an achievement called triple kill. Now, with the machine that we just used, the grinder, at the bottom, 4 bandits will appear. Now, what you have to do is lure them ever so carefully, because they'll chase you, but they won't actually be close together enough for you to be able to kill them all in one swoop. So you might get hit a couple of times, and this may take you a few times to get them all to bunch up together, but as soon as they're close together like that, basically all in a row, then you can press the X button and that should kill them. But again, it took me about 5 or 6 tries. I was always missing one, so just keep restarting. If you can't do it, you'll always end up back in this section anyway. And then once that's done, the 4th bandit will run away, and then you can easily move on. Alright then, so while we are waiting, we can do a little achievement check. Now, you should have about 15 out of 25 achievements so far, and you should only have 10 left. If you've been following the guide, all pretty easy. The rest are pretty easy as well, so... Alright, so once you're out of the book and done in the jewelers, head right and into the next shop, which is the shoe shop. And again, speak to the guy and you will enter the book once again.
No!
Right then, so for this part, what you'll have to do is change it from night to day just before you get to the werewolf, otherwise he will mess you up big time. You'll change back to the guy. Go down to the 3rd level, go get the gold. The bandits will sort of, 2 of them will obviously go and get the gold. The one of them will chase you. So from now, you have to run all the way back, quick as you can, up to where it says the word night, change it back to night, and that will kill the one bandit and then chase off the other 2. But again, you have to be quick. So then, since you are being shot at, you will need to destroy both barns. Now, what you will need to do is, again, you have to get the crossbow and then go and take the fire arrows. If you wait for a gap between the arrows, you can shoot each building to set them on fire and they will stop. Then what you have to do is just take the cow, push it into the slaughterhouse, take the product, and then leave. So this is another part you will have to be quite quick at. So if you go down and grab the crossbow, Big Knight or whatever will appear. Now what you have to do is run right back to the very top, shoot the bell, that will get the guy off the spikes and the guard will fall onto the spikes, killing him and allowing you to move on.
No!
Now, if you remember the achievement we got earlier with the Jester for getting the wrong potions, this is another sort of similar situation and achievement like this, but this time we will be getting different variations of wool and wearing them, and there's around 6 or 7, I believe. So once again, I'll put all 6 or 7 on the screen for you to follow, or again, you can just follow the guide, but this will take a good couple of minutes just to get through. Also, if you do follow the order that I've put up, it will give you the necessary clothes for you to progress straight away without you having to backtrack and get certain different clothes again, as you will need the green outfit to get past the enemy at the bottom and move on. Okay, so now we're also getting another story-related achievement here for Fashion Victim. And since we're all done, now we are moving on to the last part of the game, which is the castle. Now just be aware that when we get to the castle, you will be in another boss fight. So you think this is it, going into the main door, but oh no, there's guards. How on earth are we ever going to get through now? How handy that there's a vent and a cat chasing a mouse just come out, just as you stood there. Happy days. Jump or dash your way through. And then press the X button once you get to the vent here. And after this bit of dialogue, you'll crawl to the right and then you will end up in the room with Witter where the boss fight will begin. But again, it's another easy one. But just like the other boss fights, you have to be quite quick. But I'll try and explain as best I can what's going on. Okay, so here we go again. You have to be quite quick. So as soon as you spawn, go and use the word scrambled, quickly grab the hammer, and then use it to smash the wall on the right. Then after this, go right, pull up the catapult, and then go back, get the guts, and launch them at Witter. Of course, all the while, he will be getting his griffin to hit you. So as soon as you see him, well, of course, you'll be going down to the next floor. But basically, when he summons his griffin, or whatever the hell it is, you'll have to dash just to the left or the right, just to avoid him so you don't get hit, because he does come down a number of times. This bit doesn't matter. You will be just going on to the next floor. Okay, so quickly go and grab the ink so that it blots out steel, and then very quickly grab a bottle and then the oil. You have to let him actually steal it so it spills around him, Then pick up the torch and let him steal that so it sets the area on fire. And that is that for this section. Again, all the while, trying to avoid the griffin as best as you can. I know it can get a bit much sometimes, trying to grab all the things and trying to avoid it, but just try your best. That's that for this section. You will go down to one more after this. This is just a chase sequence, luckily, so just jump obviously over all the gaps as best as you can. Sometimes when you're pressing the A button, sometimes it doesn't respond as quick as you want it to, so sometimes you might just have to stop on those bits there, but it's easy enough just to get to the end, and that is the boss fight done. So that's the bookworm achievement. And now you'll actually be coming into this sort of dream sequence where you will be playing as Witter. Well, you'll be still playing as Haimrik, but with the mask of Witter's face on him. And in the first section of this area, we will be getting the Heatwave achievement. Okay, I meant the second area then. Close enough. But anyway, what you'll need to do then is, obviously with the runes, it's not on the second floor. This one is fire. You will need this fire, but, well, not like that. So what you need to do, go to the third floor to get up a block of ice. The first rune that you see on the third floor. Push that up to the left hand side where you saw the fire, on the second hand on the left hand side of the second floor, I mean. Then you can press Y to bring up the fire, and that will get you the Heatwave achievement. So that's another easy one.
No!
So now we are entering a new game mechanic where you can switch between characters clicking the right stick button in. So if you click the right stick button first as Madeline, you can go and grab the toxic bomb and then throw it at the soldier to kill him. And there will be a sort of lot of back and forth between the two, helping each other out, getting to the end. But of course, just keep following the video. to easily do it again. Right, so once you're out of the book then, the jester will come and save the day. The lion will smash you up, but of course, thanks to the book, you will just be reborn anyway, so happy days. And we are coming up close to yet another achievement, so you can leave this area now. Keep heading, press X to go up the stairs here. Keep going to the right, and when you get to a couple of paintings, go to the fourth one, which is Murdoch. Make sure you enter Murdoch, who is the fourth painting there. And we will be getting the I think it's better for us to split achievement. So if you head down and take the metal wand, you can actually use it on the enemies. I think you need to kill them about 20 kill enemies about 20 times. It doesn't matter, nobody chases you. And you'll see exactly what the metal wand does. So you can just keep spamming the X button until it unlocks.
No!
So then, if you've been following the story and you've learned what there is to learn so far, obviously I haven't been in this one just to get through the game a bit quicker, you will be back as Madeline and Witter. Again, just follow what I do on screen, and in the area after this we will be getting another achievement. Okay, so we will be getting the overkill achievement quite quickly here. So as Witter, you open the gates, and then as Madeline, you have to run all the way to the right hand side past the second gate. Now what you need to do is kill the guard with one of the gates, and it was quite tricky to get the time in for it, to be honest. So what I've done was just leave Madeline where she is. The guard will start attacking her, but be right underneath the gate. And then as Witter, close the gate, and that is the overkill achievement done. A lot easier that way than I found doing it any other way. Dun dun dun! Another big revelation. The Jester isn't as friendly as you thought. He is the snake. He is the one. He's the main bad guy and the main villain. The one who killed your mother. The one who's basically started it all and wants to end it all as well. So this is where you will be fighting him. But again, just like the other boss fights, they're not too bad. Quite easy enough to get through, but it might take you a few tries as you get used to it. Okay, so you have to beat the snake here without getting hit. Now, it's easy enough. As soon as you go past the portal, he will come out, turn around, and he will go back in. That's it. That's how you don't get hit. So always make sure to go past every portal and turn around. Because if you do get hit, you will have to restart the level. But basically, the way to beat him here is grab the torch, press X to put it by the portal. You will, again, make sure that you turn around every time you go out. Go past it, he will be stunned by the torch, grab the knife at the end and then attack him. Do that a total of 3 times and that's the first phase done. Again, make sure to go past every portal, turn around so you do not get hit. And that will be the Adopted One achievement. So now we go into phase 2 of the snake boss fight, and for this next achievement what you have to do is not hit any of the clones. Now it may sound difficult, but it's easier than what you think. So after you hit him here the first time, he will summon a bunch of clones. And as they're about to throw the knife, press left bumper or right bumper to dash, and the real snake will have a twinkle in his eye. Right then, so after you hit him here are the clones. They will dash off again. Soon as they go to strike, you'll see the twinkle. It was in the right hand side, so press right bumper or left bumper to dash quickly and then try and hit him. My aim was a bit crap there. And you'll have to try and get as close as you can, as quick as you can. So there you go, in the middle, dodge, and then hit him. And then that's all. You need to do it again, a total of 3 times. And that'll be that for this boss fight and the achievement. But again, you will have to face a snake at the very end of the game. So then, you think you beat him and you think that the end of the game is done, but we've still got just a little bit left to do. We've got around 14 to 15 minutes left of gameplay to go yet. Still not too bad, but there's only a couple of achievements left, which are both story related anyway.
No!
Okay then, so once you have played the levels as Snake, what you'll need to do is go just back up into the tavern a minute to find that there is another beast there, and he will basically just smash you back down into the tavern anyway. Right then, if you use the word turn to turn it dark, and you will need to get the rubble right here, and then you'll just need to get the plank and the flaming barrel. Right after you change it back to day, right here. So once you get all that, turn it back to dark, go onto the second floor there, chuck the anvil on, and you will be out, the ogre killed. Right, so now we are nearing the end of the game, so as you leave the tavern, go right to your house there. Some spooky stuff will be going on, and a ghost version of your mother will appear, basically insulting Haimrik, even though he knows he won't. He's only just a failed writer, that's all. There's plenty of failed writers about. I wouldn't worry too much about it. So yeah, after the dialogue, walk very slowly up the stairs. Now what you'll have to do here, after the dialogue, go straight to your right. When your mom attacks you, go right and use the word change, and then grab the knife. That's all you need to do, and there'll be a bit more dialogue. And then after the cutscene, you will unlock all Nightmare Long. Okay then, so after this is done, you'll just need to head back down the stairs and out of the house. You'll see your mother dead on the floor, so obviously it's all just a big illusion. Or it was a ghost version of her trying to kill him anyway. Sad, sad emotional stuff. And he pulls at the heartstrings, you know. Anyway, once that's done, if you head outside, now Baldwin will be chasing you here as some sort of zombie thing, but he will be quick. So what you need to do is very quickly go to the highlighted word, press Y as quick as you can, and that'll stun him for a bit. Run as fast as you can to the right again press Y on the highlighted word, and that'll stun him, and that should be that for that bit. Okay, now we are fighting Snake for the very last time, and he is on Masamba the Lioness while you are on nothing. So I actually show you how not to do it here. So basically, when Missable goes to attack, press the right bumper there, and you will dodge her attack. And you'll need to do that every time. So that's all she does. I actually mess up big time, so I will restart it right here. So what you need to do then, the timing is a bit dodgier on this one. You'll need to grab the crossbow and arrows, but always make sure that you're doing it with enough time when Missable is not attacking you. And once you grab then, keep grabbing as many arrows as you can. Now, when Missable gets to the word ambush, she will actually jump over you. And this is the point you need to press right and up to get the things off her collar there. You'll need to do it a total of 3 times. But again, the timing is a bit trickier here. You do it too quick, you will miss. You do it too slow, of course, you will miss. So that again, the time is a bit trickier. But that's all you need to do. Just repeat the pattern until you shoot her 3 times. It'll be easy enough to dodge. It's getting the arrows. And as you see there, I was too slow, way too slow, and missed it. And as you also seen, Snake throws a knife at you for good measure, so just be sure to, as soon as he jumps, just be sure to dodge to the left, pressing the left bumper. Again, I know it's all a lot to try and take in, but once you get used to it, it can be done easily enough, especially the dodging part. The hardest part is trying to shoot the things off her collar. And finally, we are done. Again, it does take some time, but once you get used to dodging it, it's easy enough. Now there is the second phase of the boss fight, which is thankfully a whole lot easier. So this time, you will actually be riding on Masamba, while the snake is riding a, well, giant snake, as predictable as that may seem. And this bit, all you'll be doing then is pressing A to jump over the pit, and pressing X to hit the columns as you run past. What you'll have to do then is the only thing you really have to worry about is jumping high enough, which should be absolutely fine. Just make sure not to miss any of the jumps. And then you will get through to a portal in the end, and that will be the end of the game. So then, this is it. The snake will be pushed back into the portal. He will be gone forever. Happy days, you and Witter hilariously have saved the day. And that will be the end of the game. So, just want to thank you for anybody who watches this guide and any of my other guides. I really enjoy making these. Especially this game. This is absolutely fun as hell. A really interesting, refreshing take on an excellent... I'll say that again, on an excellent puzzle adventure game. Something different, and it really worked. So I hope you guys had much fun playing it as I had making it. And yeah, that's it. So all you have to do, the credits go on for a couple of minutes, and that is where you will unlock your last achievement. So I want to thank you very much, guys and gals, for watching. I hope that this 100% guide has helped you, just like my other ones, because I will always enjoy making them, and I cannot wait to make some more. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if anything helped you, even if it didn't, even if you want to leave some constructive criticism or feedback or anything. I am always happy to listen, always happy to oblige. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one, guys. See you soon.